man maa ngi tudda Yunusa Cissé. The topic of discussion everywhere is about Jammeh's announcement that he is returning back to the Gambia. So that is basically the issue in hand now. And we all know what President Jammeh represents in the Gambia. He was the head of state of the Gambia for 22 good years. We all know that. But not only that, but the story ended in a very sad and difficult fashion for the Gambian populace, I would say, which eventually warranted for the establishment of the TRRC. So in that TRRC, you know, several atrocities were unearthed, which were definitely issues that caused so many victimization of different fashions in the Gambia. So basically, for the community of Kermot Ali, which I'm here representing, they were evicted from their village in 2009 in the Gambia, evicted from the village, and they were forcefully moved to Senegal. At the moment, as I speak, we are residing in Senegal now. So imagine how difficult that is now. It means our children born from 2009 to date would be around 16 years or so. They are in a foreign land, and in fact, not only that, but it's a French-speaking country, which is quite different from the Gambia. So the setback that is causing to our children there is just so unimaginable, and it cannot be explained. And until today, the current regime is basically not, I can say that they are not doing any efforts really to make sure that our plight is a thing of the past now. Because I say so in the sense that the TRRC recommendation clearly stated that a peace committee had to be set up so that this peace committee would, you know, work towards establishing what the TRRC recommended, and that is the eventual return of the victims of Kermot Ali to their rightfully owned place, which is the Gambia. So that in effect has not happened as I speak. And if that has not happened, if one has not happened, obviously two is yet to happen. So our eventual destination should be to return us back to the country. So if the government of the Gambia clearly knows this, not if, because they know clearly that this is exactly happening, that they have their citizens who are still in Senegal, not in their wish, but the wish of the government. That's all I can say. A very, very, very serious government would not even leave a single person, a citizen there, to be in a foreign land and not bring them back. So obviously, that being the case, you know, let me let you.
As you were speaking, it hit me. Obviously, I've been a follower of Kermot Ali. I mean, you people are in exile, forced exile.
That's right.
Since 2009,
Yeah.
Jammeh has been in self-imposed exile
That's right.
at Equatorial Guinea since 2016.
That's right.
But today, everybody is talking about Jammeh's return.
Right. Yeah.
Not much is being said about Kermot Ali's return.
I know.
How do you feel about this?
Well, which clearly tells you the stance of the government. Because if the right thing was done, first things first, the victims who are forcefully evicted, not only that, because every victim is a victim, but I'm here to talk about the issue of Kermot Ali. First things first, the people in exile in Kermot Ali should have been returned to the Gambia, number one, to start with. But that has not been done, and steps to do that are still lacking. So this, one can say that is giving the reason for the ex-president to sit there comfortably and utter his words of returning back to the Gambia. Because if you don't perform your obligations, your duties, then the other party would realize that this is lacking, so they're going to try to penetrate the system. This is exactly what they happen. But if the government were serious, did as the TRRC recommended, which they agreed on in their white paper, they should have acted swiftly and do the needful for the ones they can do. But there are certain recommendations of the TRRC. Clearly, you know that those don't require funds, as they always give as an excuse. It's understandable. The world nowadays is not so easy, and there are so many challenges. But then I think that there are some of the recommendations, they don't need any finance to execute. Set an example. Try to make happen those recommendations. And this is going to send signal to the big perpetrators. Because we have some of them here, the junglers and the like are still moving about freely in their daily life. No one is setting an example of them. So the only examples we are seeing are set from, let's say, the outside world. They are at least trying to make sure that some of the recommendations of the TRRC are being implemented. But here in our source, we are not seeing anything. So the ex-president Yahya Jammeh might think that, well, because they are not doing anything about this, these people are not serious. So let me also try to channel my way in. And not only that, but because Yahya Jammeh knows that he had some of his followers who he actually identified and put them in the positions or make them known to the people of the Gambia for them to achieve such positions as powerful as they achieve now. So clearly, he knows that he has a strong backing in this country, whether it is said or not. Because somebody who you have developed, mentored to a certain stage, those people are never going to leave you behind. Let's see if those people he made who they are today are saying anything that is in agreement with the TRRC recommendations or not. If the answer is no, then we know that this is one of the challenges we are facing. Because those are the top echelons who are among the people who make our decisions. We, the victims, cannot make any decisions for ourselves. It's the government that has the power. And again, for him to sit there and announce, I think it's all due to the weakness that is shown in the recommendation of the TRRC. I doubt very much that the government is ready, as we speak, to prosecute Yahya Jammeh, unless it falls on their plate and they have no choice, which is him coming uninvited. That's the only way I think the government is going to take action right now. But leaving them in their own device and the processes they want to take, according to the information I have, the processes could go on, and we've all seen that. Some of the witnesses who are even going to act as witness against Yahya Jammeh, you know, some of them are becoming old age. At the end of the day, you go up to a certain stage where you don't find any witness who will say that he did this to me. You will only have reported statements. They said he did that, they said he did that, which is really not very strong. So that's why the quicker, you know, the system tries to convict whoever or take to court whoever the TRRC recommended that are liable, I think the quicker they should. And also for him to sit there and talk is a threat to the community here, because people receive information and they act on them in different ways. And some of them have been terrorized so badly that even hearing that he is coming, you know, it could be a threat to them. And that is the responsibility of the government to make sure they take the necessary steps, whether it be by legal or in diplomatic way, to make sure that Yahya Jammeh is silenced or muted in any way they can to save the content and comfort of its citizens. Because one should not underestimate the power of the tongue. Just by uttering words, I'm not going to say that he is just a big mouth, he talks. No, I try to reason out why is he saying this, because this was not happening, you know, some time back, but it is frequent. Information is coming frequently, so that is a reason for somebody to stop, think, and find out why he's doing this and what the remedy should be. I think it's very important for the government to be made aware of that, and to maybe they are aware, but to act and try to put a stop to it.